The Oreus completely changed the way that I approached insulation, and it allowed me to take a lot less items to have the same level of warmth. What you're wearing is essential. It makes a huge difference whether you're going to freeze to death or be fine and comfortable and warm, recover at night and be able to keep climbing the next day.
When they first gave it to us, I was a little bit skeptical of this supposedly really light, really warm jacket that you could replace any down jacket with. I've used it on a big wall in the States, and I've used it during the summer now for alpine bivvies, and honestly it's just suited every occasion that I've wanted to use it for. Whether it's just a belay jacket that you throw on, or it's your main mid layer under a shell, it just seems to always keep me warm no matter what the environment actually is.
We started by looking at the synthetic insulation area, and we're always testing the latest, greatest offerings from our partner suppliers. We came across these two materials and we just ended up creating our own patented insulation.
Lab testing's always pretty early because you need to make sure what you're doing is going to be relevant, but I think the thing that really spurred things on was we had some very basic designs made here. They were tested by members of staff and the feedback was unanimous. It was just oh, these are amazing. And as soon as you hear that, you're like, right, we need to really pour some effort into this. We'd had these materials for so long, nothing had ever worked, and then there was something brand new, and it was just the thickness of it. It was really lofty, really soft, and as soon as you got something thick and lofty, down, that's a pretty good start.
Definitely. I mean, it was a great start, and as soon as we realised some protos, we then moved into a vest that you see here, which is the very
first one, wasn't it?
Very first prototype that kind of got passed around the team to use.
Yeah, I think when this got developed, we just sewed this up next door, and it's pretty basic. It's got no pockets, it's got no hood, it's just a zip vest. But it's as soon as someone says oh, I love this product, despite being so basic, the fit's not perfect, you think this is useful. And yeah, people were saying, oh, I don't care if you're testing it, I want it back, I want to use it. That's definitely a good sign.
Yeah, this particular product went to Tom Livingston. This was actually used on an expedition to K7, and it completely changed his layering system, which was great for us. He was just able to take less, basically.
Tom doesn't wear a lot of clothing anyway. A lot of people would look at his clothing system and be like, wow, that's what I use in Scotland in the winter, and he's using it at 6,000, 7,000 metre peaks. But yeah, as Chris said, by using this, he was able to reduce the number of mid layers by 1. He took a lighter weight down jacket. So I think he reduced the weight of his clothing system by 400, 500 grams, which is a lot.
Moving on from the final prototype, a lot changed. So basically we started to look at cuff constructions, different hood constructions, different ways of being able to sort of improve the design, as it were. So obviously with the mountain equipment product, you're always going to get a fantastic helmet compatible hood. You've also got fantastic glove compatible cuff. The fabric is a 10D nylon, which is a super lightweight fabric, but it's one of the strongest 10D fabrics that we've ever come across, and is one of the most durable that we can find on the market.
I've been lucky enough to be in the design process of the Oreus jacket for a number of years. Initially I was looking at a mid-layer insulation that could be really warm, and ideally it would be synthetic. I've taken prototype versions on multiple trips from Pakistan to Nepal, and I've taken the current Oreus model to Gasherbrum 3 this summer. I think I put the Oreus on at the start of the route and didn't take it off again until the end of the route.
I'm Matt Steigel, I'm IFMGA British Mountain Guide, and I also work at Pleasure Brennan. Synthetic insulation for me is the best sort of insulation for the places I go. Even when I go to the Alps, it's the most reliable. The first use I gave the Oreus jacket was sort of 10 days of graft in Scotland in January, and out in all conditions. The jacket I had for test, I didn't really want to give it back, because every time I went to pack my bag, it was the one thing I wanted to put in. I'd use the Oreus jacket the whole year round. I'd use it in the spring for a belay jacket when I'm out on the hills or even climbing, if I'm just going to carry a spare warm jacket. Yeah, just a very useful bit of kit.